Welcome back to another episode of Customized Any Ride. It's your boy Money Rich, the real Swervo in the building. And today I have my boy Fly by G Money in the building. What's up, bro?
What's good?
I got my
G
boy
Money.
L Book in the house.
What up? What up? L Boogie.
And I have my man to my right or to my left, whoever. D Gully Rings in the building.
What's going on? What's going on? What's happening, fellas?
And man, we got a real special guest in the building today, man. Mr. LS itself, Swap, the Swap King, you know what I'm saying? Sideway Production, Jordan. What's up, bro?
Not too much. Just happy to be on you guys' show and get to experience new things.
Yeah.
Man, all right, bro, man. I'm glad to have you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it, bro. So why don't you tell Carnation a little bit about yourself, bro?
Well, I'm pretty much I'm just a simple guy that just like to build cars and have a little fun. Always up for a challenge and stuff. And yeah, I don't do too much. Just work on cars. I drink a little beer, crack some jokes here and there. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoy life. Take it as it comes.
That's how you do it.
Man, you do crack a jokes. You are kind of like a person, man. Cause I was watching the video, man. You chasing Buddy with the Garner snake, man. He runs 50 yard dance like you was Carl Lou.
See,
That's crazy.
Kids today ain't built like kids in my era. I'm 35. You know what I'm saying? I was born in '85, so my era was, you get it like on the weekend. You get up on the weekend. There ain't no lounge around and play the video game. None of that. It was get outside and find you something to do. Go ride a bike. Go pick up a basketball. I'm very I used to play sports and stuff growing up. I had a scholarship for basketball and all that. You know. So then it was just get out and be active. You know, it wasn't no sitting around. So then it's like, okay. Yeah, we used to play with bugs and gardener snakes and all that. And then today's era is like, oh, that's the snake, you know?
Right.
Where you see the snake at? Oh, so I set him up for the kill. Where you see the snake at? Oh, the snake, it was right there by the fence. Oh, yeah? Where about? Oh, right there. Oh, right here? Yeah. Got him.
Man, the buddy was running, man. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
He's like, he ain't for his life.
He was moving that fast. He was running for his life.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah,
so my brother, when did you started getting into the car game? Like what made you start loving cars in the first place?
Well, pretty much just being around them forever. Like my dad's a gearhead. So is my grandfather, you know. So it was just pastime was be in the garage and build things and try stuff out. And then once I was 16, my first car was a Buick Regal, 79 Buick Regal.
Ooh.
And you know, and it was clean, you know, but it had its problems here and there, and we didn't have YouTube back then. We had to go get a tiller. Or a Haynes manual, and you had to step-by-step read the process on and troubleshoot. So it started there. I didn't have the greatest stuff growing up. I had some raggedy-ass cars growing up, so I had to fix them.
You had no choice. You had no choice.
I had no choice. You want to take that girl out to the movies and shit, you know. Not to swear, but you know, you want to take the girl out to the movies. Shit, that car got to be up and running.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I've been in that situation before, man. Believe me, man. I was on a date and the car broke down. It wasn't at the movies, but we was going out to eat. Car broke down. Like, man, yeah, I know that feeling right there, bro. I don't want nobody to go through that.
So unexpected breakdown. You know, you got the toolbox in the trunk. What you got a toolbox in the trunk for? I'm finna fix this right now.
Like, if you want to get home, hey, you better respect this toolbox for sure.
Right.
just tinkering around with the cars here and there, and then I got some older buddies. Like growing up, they always had like the best cars, like the fastest cars, and it was like I hung around them because I want to know what y'all know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able to build it myself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, I built my first 350 Chevy 350 at the age of 15.
Oh
Um,
man.
you know, so I've been doing cars since I was a kid. But the times changed. I used to be diehard small block Chevy,
Mm-hmm.
and then the LS come around, and I was in the front line of the LS. I had a buddy at the time that was already turbo LS.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm going through the process with him. We used to have to make our own wire harnesses and
Oh wow.
make our own motor mounts to fit in the car and weld them in
Mm.
there and
Mm.
you know figure out our own drivetrain. So it's like there's nothing about the motors that you know that I don't know. I know how to do a lot of stuff. And then a lot of like my personal cars, like flipper cars, whatever, it'd be a lot of experiments of different combinations with heads and cams and
Mm.
different parts. That way you kind of get an idea hands-on of what's durable, what's not durable, what's going to work. You know, not everybody wants a race car either. So, okay, you want a street car with reliability and some power, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's like I could build a car any type of way that the customer desires. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But it's just all from trial and error over the years and just messing with stuff. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I see, man, you have a shop. You know what I'm saying? You're doing YouTube, home life, man. How hard is that to juggle all three, bro? Like, where did the time come in for you to have to do what you know that you want to do?
I mean, it's tough, but I mean, if you want to get somewhere in life, you got to make some sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, and I mean, the shop is cool. Like I'm here a lot. I spend majority of my day at the shop right now just to get everything going. And you know, I got a solid family behind me, and you know, everybody support what's going on, and everybody, you know, just respect it. You know, so it ain't really like you got a lot of problems going on with the car stuff. I mean, it's a lot to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, you just got to take it as it comes and just deal with it.
Right.
You know.
So besides yourself, because we know your car, that's 67 running, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But besides yourself, who you think has the best running car on the track right now? Street or track, it don't matter.
Street or track, and it's a lot of cars out here.
Yeah.
In your opinion, though, your opinion.
My opinion, outside of myself, I would say Playboy and Turbo Joe. They should always running.
Yeah.
They make it to all the events, you know, and they keep it reliable too, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's just the main thing. Just the consistency, being
Mhm.
consistent with the car, and keeping it up and going, and making the events, and just keeping it out there, you know.
right. So
Before I had got started, Joey, he a good friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? So I used to bug him and ask him questions and like, man, do you drive that thing on the street or you just trailering it? What are you doing? He's like, bro, I drive my car everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can dig it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure when I build mine, I'm gonna be able to kick some ass and drive my shit everywhere too.
Yeah.
Right.
that car most definitely kicking ass.
Yeah.
It took me a while to warm up to the turbo stuff because I was always doing like a nice nasty NA LS setup. The turbo stuff, I've been doing the turbo stuff the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out what I needed or whatever on the first setup. The first setup was an experiment that went in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So then once I figured that out, then I spent a little money and got some better stuff, and that's what I got in there now.
That's what's up.
So,
Yeah.
so let's start from the beginning, man. Who got you to? I mean, when did you first started? Okay, you said you was doing it since you was 15. So, was you self-taught or did you go to school? Who taught you?
No, I didn't go to school. I'm self-taught. Never went to school for mechanic work at all. Pretty much I was just a shop head growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it was like I do my basketball, do my sports or whatever, get the schoolwork done, and then if I had some free time, my uncle's got a body shop, so I used to paint cars at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and then I always kept up with the mechanic work. So it was like, man, there was this older guy growing up. He built the car for my dad, and he was still around. But I remember this car when I was a kid. His name's Jack McKnight. He built my dad a nice G-body Cutlass, and it was fast. You know, all motor, small block, and it was, you know, like you could get yourself so far, and then it's like you get to a certain point, and it's like, I want to go faster than this, or I want to do better than this. You know, not necessarily you got all the money to do it right then and there, but you're like, man, who could I go to or talk to and see what's the next level or what's to it, you know? And then hopefully they'll kick you back some knowledge in return, like, oh, well, you know, go do this or go buy that and put this with that, and then I think that'll work for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hung around some of the best mechanics in my area that kept fast cars, you know? And I took a little bit from what everybody explained to me and showed me and this and that, and then I put my own mix on top of that. Everybody's got their own style, so I just created my own style out of everybody else's tips and tricks, you know?
That's how you do it.
Yep. That's dope, bro. Man, because, man, self-teaching yourself like that, man, that's a lost art, man, because nowadays, you know, your kids going to school, and they still don't know how to work on cars, you know what I'm saying? Like, you self-taught, so you basically hands-on, you know what I'm saying?
It
wasn't
hands-on. Just buy a book. I normally just buy, like, whatever I want to do. Get the whatever it is for dummies and read the whole book. You know, get an idea of it. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, with motors, it's just to me, it's just a big air pump anyways. You know what I'm saying? So as much air as you sucking in, you got to be able to push it right back out through the exhaust. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as you got your torque specs and some directions right there, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just having a little bit of knowledge and some tools available. That's all.
Right.
Gotcha, man.
So this be my last question. Then I'm gonna pass it to my boy Flyby G Money. You going to St. Louis, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'll be at St. Louis.
Man, we want the dirt, man. Who do you want to race in St. Louis, bro? We want the dirt, right?
Be there. I don't discriminate. Whoever.
But you have your eye on anybody.
Go down the track. So
you have your eye on
anybody. Want to try it? I mean, shit. Hey, we could do it. Whoever.
You don't care. Yeah, he said whoever.
All the smoke.
All the smoke.
Shit, we could foot race. I don't give a
damn. Hey, talking like that, I got my money on Jordan, man.
Hey, I like that.
Let's have a good time. Sure. That's all I want. We gonna come out. Everybody meet everybody. We're gonna network. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do as a group. You know what I'm saying? And as a community, and we're gonna keep good things coming.
Yeah,
that's all. That's what it's all about. Just get out. Let's get out here and have some fun.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Win, lose, or draw, everybody wins at the end of the day. Why? Because we came together and made something happen.
That's it.
Right. And that's fact. That's 100% correct.
Yep.
So your Flyby.
What's up, Jordan? My boy. Man, chilling, bro, man. Shoot, man, we gonna jump right into it, man. Good to see you. Glad you can come out to the podcast, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to know, because people say, I'm going to give my car LS swap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, it's different price ranges around here. Tell the people what a LS swap is for you, for Sideways Productions.
Okay. Like in general, what I'm offering for the swaps?
Yes, the whole package. What your package entails, because some people might say the number is high, but they don't understand what you're doing. And for you, it might seem like it's regular, but some other people would do it, would not include everything you put into the package. You know what I mean?
So, all right. So this is where I'm taking it right now. So, right now it's more or less like Sideways Productions. We're trying to build a brand here, So whatever I put my hands on, it's got to be flat foot running. It ain't never necessarily got to be a race car. It could be a street car, But whatever I put my hands on, it's got to be reliable, and it's got to have some power to it, Just like everybody else, I don't like spending a ton of money doing this either. So I'd rather my customer spend their money one time, get what they want, and enjoy it for years to come. Not something that's gonna last a year or two, or none of that. My setups are guaranteed and they're proven. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you spend your money with me, you're getting longevity out of your swap. So right now I'm charging $15,000 for the swap. But for my $15,000, you're getting a freshly machine block that's 100% rebuilt, new rings, new bearings. And then depending on the direction that we're going in, if you want an all motor for now, and then you want to go supercharger later, or turbo, or even nitrous, while I'm building the motor, I'll make sure that the ring gap is what it's supposed to be, so that if you want to bolt a supercharger or whatever power adder on down the line, I don't have to take that motor back out the car. We just gonna add on to it, so it saves me time and it saves you time and money too. You know.
Yeah.
And then not only that, we're doing 100% rebuilt transmission, and then the best of the parts for the application. Nice cross member. We're getting custom built drive shafts, brand new gas tank, brand new sending unit, brand new fuel pump. All the metal line, all the old gas lines and stuff. I don't use any of that. I'm tearing all that off the car. We're doing AN line from front to back on the car, trans cooler, nice aluminum radiator with the fans on there, nice pulley kit, nice intake, the whole everything. And you're getting tuned. It's getting dyno tuned before I even give you the car back. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big package, brother.
Right, you know,
like
that's a big package.
For the money.
Bro, that's another car, bro.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now people
you buy that car in, you get a brand new car back, pretty much. You know
exactly. So people come in, they say 15,000, but they don't realize the motor itself for what you offering is about $4,000 to $5,000. You know what I'm saying? The transmission itself, you know what I'm saying, to get it done and everything, you talking about $3,000-$4,000 right there. So, you know, the process and what it entails, you know, people don't realize what they're getting into and the numbers that they need to have to get their stuff done right. So, you know.
Yeah. Like before the cars even come, before I even get the car here, how I do it is we lock in on a motor. I get the motor done. You know what I'm saying? Like we pick out a trans. I get the trans done, get a converter, and then I start getting the parts, get the headers in, get the cross member in, get a radiator, get the gas tank. I want to get majority of the parts up front before the car even comes. Once I get X amount of parts, when your car comes, I got enough parts there so I could get the car in and stay on the car until I'm running out of parts. And while I'm going through the motions of getting the parts on the car, okay, I got time to order the rest of whatever I need. And by the time the other stuff comes in, I'm damn near done with what's already there. So I can keep a good time frame. As you can see, it's like a revolving door. Like cars, they come in and they right back out the door. Yeah. You know? And like I got a whole motor room, you know, I got motors lined up, and it's like that's the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I done seen it for myself, bro. It's like a well-oiled machine you got over there, you know, got them coming in, and the turnaround is really, really quick because it's all organized. So before he gets your car, you know what I'm saying, he got everything he needs to move on that car as soon as he get it. So, you know, Jordan, what's your average turnaround with no problems, no crazy stuff to come in with parts and parts not coming in? What's your average turnaround for a car?
Average, like right now I'll probably have somebody's car like maybe a month and a half, which is pretty fast. 2 months tops, you know. If it was absolutely all I had to do is focus on that one car and I had everything in front of me, I could have that done in 2 weeks. You know,
yeah,
you know, it's just, I got it down pat.
Hey man,
so,
you know, with that though, it's like, you know, a lot of mechanics in the world today, they put your car in what we call parole. You know, you drop your car off, man. You go see your car. You gotta pay money because you know what I mean. But they had your car for 6 months. You know what I mean? 8 months or whatever, man.
But another thing too, when things are taking that much longer, whoever's doing the car, they might not have the resources that I have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they have the idea of doing it and they're figuring out as they're going as well.
Gotcha,
you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah.
But the one advantage the main advantage I have, right? I've been doing it since I was a kid. So you got to look at, I built a lot of relationships over the years with different machine shops, different companies that sell parts. I got a commercial accounts at a lot of places. And then I got my brother Bujo with me. So it's, we got a 2-man operation going.
Exactly.
And we got some buddies that help out here and there when the workload gets crazy, but even still, we could only do so much, and he got his life he got to live. I got to live mine too,
Exactly.
So it's just like we doing the best that we can. But the main thing is networking and resources, and it's a lot of preparation. You got to have, like we were talking earlier, the meal prep. My meal prep for the cars is making sure I get all these parts ahead of time before the car comes. That way, it's not an issue like your car's sitting here and I'm waiting on the block to come back. I'm waiting on some pistons to come in. The trans man might be behind. He got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I got it set up to where it works.
Gotcha.
But that's the main thing. Like, you got to network out here.
Yes, sir.
What you want to do, you got to network.
Yes, sir.
You don't have the answers to everything, and neither does the next guy. But if y'all two sit there together and work it out, you're gonna come out with a solution.
Yes,
he
sir.
might know somebody that got what you need. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. I ask a lot of times, like, "Hey, who offers this? Who offers that? Or whatever."
Right. Right.
And,
Yeah.
And then, like, I deal with a lot of trustworthy people. It's a lot of shops out here that do advertise that they do this and that or whatever, but it's like, I got to have the one-on-one with whoever's running the show. Like, look, I'm bringing my money, my business. I got a lot of clientele. I need good turnaround time. I need 100% reliable product because I don't do any rework. That's what keeps everything going. Once the car leaves, I tested it out. It's dyno proven. I'm gonna drive it. You're gonna overcheck everything when it's time for that car to leave. Hey, the next time I might hear, the majority of the time I hear from a customer is, man, I'm about due for a tune-up. You got me? But that's a good thing. It ain't like, oh man, this broke or whatever. There's none of that, because for the money that we're spending on getting these cars done, it's A1 product through and through, and that's what you want.
Hey, don't get it twisted, man. Jordan is a really nice guy, but he don't play. He all about business, definitely, man. So you started talking about Buju and stuff, man. Tell us about your supporting cast, man. That keeps everything running. Tell a roles that you got. What I'm saying, your immediate supporting cast.
All right, so right now in the shop we got Bujo. That's my right hand man. We got Bujo. Bujo is a very, very talented guy. I showed him a lot, and he didn't go to school for any of this either. I showed him a lot, and he's already had a mechanical background. He understands. So once you got somebody like that understands and they can adapt to, okay, this is like this, or like a lot of guys compare the LS to small blocks, and he's a small block guy too, So it's like, oh, this is like this to this engine. Okay, now the wheels are turning, and okay, now you're understanding what's going on. Okay, cool. So that's a plus. And then he's got his own style on how he wants to do his stuff as well. Which that's cool too. That's even better. So we got Bujo. I got a buddy, Derek. I've been knowing him since he was a young kid too, and he's been all across the board too, all different types, small block, big block, mainly GM stuff. So he comes in, he helps me. His main thing is like wiring. I try to keep it on the mechanical. I could do the electrical too. I could do everything, but it takes a load off me when I got another guy I don't have to watch over, and he could do strictly electrical and wiring the Hollies, and I might overlook it and make sure it's okay, but I don't have to worry about it. It's legit, And then we got Malachi. We got the young bull. He's all in the learning process. He be all over the place, but we be on it. We be on him though. Look, pay attention.
That's that young generation. Attention span.
Generation. We had to take his phone from him, man. Give me the damn phone. Go over there.
They love that phone, man.
Love that phone. So a lot of times I take the phone. I'll just leave the phone in my truck. It'd be on the charger. I'll go check on it every couple hours or so.
Yeah.
You know, the phone ringing. So I can't answer every phone call or every text message because I'll be in the shop trying to get something done. But that's really what we got. And then we got Gucci's been hanging around lately, you know. And then he's helping with like marketing and stuff like that. And
cool.
Well,
so we got a network. We got a good network going.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. All great guys, man. You know, it's dope, man. I love to see the come up, bro. It's definitely real, you know. So, you know, we know you got the crew cab. A lot of people, if you don't know the crew cab, that's the white, what year is it, George? 67 Chevelle. Let's talk about that other car, that other thing you working on, bro. Tell us what's going on with that.
Okay, so I got a
big draws.
75 Pontiac Granville convertible.
Yeah.
So I like different things, you know. So it's like what I have ain't gonna be your run of the mill car. It's gonna be different, you know.
That's Jordan right there.
This is the biggest car I ever owned. You know, and I love it. I love the car, you know. So I named the car Big Draws.
Hey, I like that.
Big Draw.
Yep, Big Draw. So I got the Granville. I got a 26 intro billet on it. Currently the drivetrain is factory, so it's a factory Pontiac 400 with the 400 trans. My buddy Nick at Sound Factory, he's got the car now with him over in Dallas. So he's doing custom trunk for the music and doing the interior and all that stuff. So I should have it back in a few weeks so I can finish off the suspension. I got the drivetrain here for the swap now, but I just don't know which direction I want to go. I wanted to put a turbo on it, and then I've been wanting to do a supercharger too on something too, you know. So
I might have that for you.
Do whatever.
I might have that for you to do that supercharger project, man. Got something coming real soon. But
okay.
Hey, you had a 6.2 for it. So where you gonna go now?
For it. One of my guys' family members wanted to have something nice and strong and reliable. And the motor, the 6.2 was actually the backup motor for my crew cab. But I don't need it. So I sold it to him. So I got a whole nother motor built already for Big Draws. I just don't know which direction I want to go in as far as the power adder. I might just leave it all motor and just ride, because really the car is just a pump gas, 93 pump gas, drive wherever I want.
Right.
At the top down, listen to my music.
Exactly. So you go on another 6.2 or you dropped it down to a 6.0? I mean, 6.0 has plenty of power for that.
Iron Block 6.0, which is the Gen 4 version. I got a lot of nice parts in it or whatever. So on that car, like on the cap, if I wanted to, I could tap out at like 1,000 horsepower. I don't need no 1,000 horsepower on the drop top though. I'm trying to really just prove
Hey, you want people to see, bro? You want people to see.
But you know,
but you gonna be able to keep
here and there, you know.
But you'll be able to keep up with CJ and them when we riding out, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can put a little pedal to the metal.
That's what the crew cab for. You know, I drive that car everywhere. It ain't just a strictly race car. I had that car on the highway. Whenever it's nice outside, you will catch me out in traffic.
Yeah, I just missed you the other day, bro. I was right. Y'all was bending back. I didn't even know you was back there.
Like, that just now learning about the Sideways Productions in the car, like, man, you was doing like 200 coming down 88. I'm like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
Man.
It's cool when you could do multiple things with the same car, you know. Mm-hmm. And that's what I offer is like, I want to be able to build nice cars for people to enjoy and have power and mess around with. You want to go to the track? I'm gonna build you somewhere you can drive it every day and you can go be a weekend warrior at the track.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's just what it is. I get a lot of enjoyment out of making people's dreams come true. Like one guy did his car. He was like, man, I never even imagined that I was getting this much back in return. Because like you said, he really wasn't understanding the money. Mm-hmm. But at the end product, shit, he damn near tore the car up before he gets to the end of the block. He's like, man, can you turn it down a little bit? That pedal down.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have to ease on that pedal.
Yeah, man. Hey, you can't just slam your foot on that brake now. I mean, on the gas now, though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I wanna get my guys in here, but the last question I got for you, bro, and we talk. So, what's next? You know what I'm saying? You said you do body and paint, man. You gonna go into some direction with that? Along with the shop,
them days are over with. I don't want to paint nothing else. It's like, man, when I was doing the body and paint, everybody wanted a laser straight paint job. So then it's like, man, it's like Daniel's son, wax on, wax off. You rubbing and scrubbing on the damn car. Like, man, let me turn the butts. Yeah, I'll make sure you go down the road.
All right, bro, man. Well, it's always good to chop it up with you. I'm probably gonna slide down on you Monday, but man, we gonna hand it to my guy, Relly Rel.
Hey, what's going on, Jordan, man? Got to give you that official welcome to Customize Any Ride podcast, man.
I appreciate it,
bro. We watch you and been watching you and seeing the great things that you're doing, out there, and it's amazing to for me to see someone that got the mindset like you do and can put the gears together in these motors and in these cars and stuff like that. Like me, I do the basic change oil, filters, and it. Yep. That's about as far as you're gonna get me going on the car.
Right.
And believe it or not, that's where it all starts.
Yeah. So
that's like the basics. That's where it all starts. Because why do you know how to do that? You know how to do that because you like, man, shit, I don't want to pay them high ass price for that. I can do that myself.
And I had a bad experience like recently. So I had a 2019 Dodge Charger 392, the Daytona, and you know how the dealership, they'll give you like 3 free oil changes when you buy a new car or whatever. So I took it back for my first oil change. And the next morning, I was about to leave the house, and I start my car up. And as I'm backing out of my garage, I see a long line of oil going out. So, long story short, they put the wrong filter on there, and then they left the oil plug loose. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just make sure that I do it myself, and I do it right. That way, I know it's a done deal. But to see mechanics like yourself, bro, that can you actually doing an LS swap, the knowledge that goes into that, and as you told us earlier, you're self-taught. It's a whole lot of and the best thing about being self-taught is you've had the self-errors. You've learned mistakes on the fly. And I was watching one of your videos, and one thing that I really like the title of this video. It says, "Not all trash is garbage." Right?
Oh yeah.
So knowing your mindset like that as well, it's like, bro, I think like you've got a really, really different train of thought than the average person do, because like I said, number one, you can sit there and put these motors together and stuff like that. Now I'm watching your videos, I'm like, he said, okay, not all trash is garbage. That can go to more than just cars, but I saw what you were doing. You know what I mean? You like, okay, all of these pieces, people be looking for these pieces. This is something, so with that mind, that thought of all trash is not garbage, what are some things that you find like hidden jewels and treasures and stuff like that, man?
The really like the junkyard for one. Let's be like, I got buddies that got tow companies, and like my crew cab, I actually saved the car from going to the junkyard.
Oh wow.
And then it was like when I went past his he was on my route to work, and I just looked over at his yard and I seen the car sitting there. And I like the 67 Chevelles. You know what I'm saying? I might not be able to afford the 2-door, but shit, the 4-door do.
Right.
So I seen the car and I'm like, man, it looked terrible. It was rough,
Yeah.
But I just seen through that, and I'm like, man, he wasn't even there. So I just sat there for a while, and then I finally found his phone number. So I called him. I said, hey, Steve, man, what you gonna do with this car? He's like, what car? I'm like, this old Chevelle. And he's an older guy. He's like, oh, Jordan, you don't want that. You don't want that car. What are you going to do with that car? I'm going to send it to the crusher, man. You don't want that. Just save your money. I'm like, no, man, I'm taking this car home right now.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you going to give me for it? So I tried to low. You just told me you sent it to the crusher. I got
right.
Anything I offer should be good.
It's all there. I tell you what. You want that car? $1,000 I'm crushing it. So he had twisted my arm because I wanted it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll give you $1,000 for the car. I saved it.
Hey, that's amazing right there, because you saved it from actually going to be crushed.
Oh yeah, Steve don't play. Steve will crush it in a heartbeat.
Man,
because he runs like with cars. Like I talk to him often too. But like when I first started dealing with him. Cause I was buying cars from him, fixing them and flipping them on the side. I was like, man, all these good cars, you just be crushing them. He was like, I'm not even attached anymore. I used to do like what you do. I used to try to save them all. You know,
he took the feelings and emotions out of it, huh?
Yeah, he took the emotions out of it. So I'm like, damn, like legit. There's been a lot of nice cars where I'm like, man, don't crush that car. I'm gonna come back for that car. And it might even be 2-3 days later. He took it and crushed it.
Man.
It's gone. But yeah, some people they just like that or whatever. But yeah, it's just like it's what you make out of it. Like I go to the junk. We call going scouting. That's what we call going to the junkyard. Me and Bujo. We finna go scout today. So then like we find all type of stuff in the junkyard. Different LS motors, and certain LS motors come with different heads, and we mix and match, and on our personal stuff, mix and match, and we put them in cars and see how they perform.
Oh, okay.
How long will this setup last, or how many we count by donuts? How many donuts can we do in this before we blow this car up?
Hey, I like that method right there.
How long is it gonna last? So if I can't break it, I know you ain't gonna break it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now you as a businessman, everybody know that 2020 was a rough year for all businesses, no matter what you're doing. So with what happened in 2020, how did that impact business in the mechanic world, and what were some things that you were able to do to be able to overcome that and somewhat keep yourself moving during that time?
Well, during that time it was for one, me myself, I was scared to death. I'm like, man, I don't want to be around nobody.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So it's like you put yourself in a bubble, an isolated bubble with just a few people that that you've been around every day. Y'all good, no outsiders. You know what I'm saying? Like you start your mindset change. So like during the whole pandemic or whatnot, it's actually it wasn't that bad for me because a lot of people was like, look, all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
I just want my car, like whatever you got to do to get it done. I just want to get it done, and like my guys, my customers, you know, they came through and it wasn't that bad, but for a while with all the lockdowns and stuff, it was like I was taking chances every day, driving during the curfews, and
you trying to put in that time.
The shop is an hour away from my house, so it's like I'm driving an hour to get to the shop, and I'm driving through different counties, and different counties got different things going on.
Yeah.
So where it's just like, man, I just hope they don't get to messing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just made sure that I got here every day, pretty much.
Hey,
you know,
that's what's up. And I see, you sacrifice for the hustle. You sacrifice for the business, and that's what it comes down to. Because at the end of the day, if you don't go the extra mile for your business or what you love doing, you can't expect to get you can't expect for the fruits to be plentiful at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah, so like me, I ran across your channel when I was watching CJ on 32's channel, and he went out there, and I think Gucci was out there, and Sugar Man was out there, man. It just seemed like not only were y'all were putting in work, but y'all were having an amazing time, out there, folks laughing and so forth and so on. So with other YouTubers, putting Sideways Productions, out there for the world to see, how has that, if at all, help business out for you?
It's helped out a lot. I'm very thankful for what we got going on, and then like the networking for itself, you know what I'm saying? Like everything just started coming together, but like the cars, like the shop for us is also, it's a business, but it's an outlet. So whatever you got going on in your personal life, when you come through the door, it's a stress reliever. You're not thinking about whatever you got going on. It's an outlet. We all joke around and laugh, and we get stuff done, and we all get along. Everybody got positive attitudes, and everybody we trying to get there. Like you said, like shit. If I don't have too many people in my corner to rely on, and I'm not the type of person to ask for anything either. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure that I get up every day and I do what I need to do to make sure that I'm taken care of, my family taken care of, and my close friends they taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
We all break bread together.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So that's just how, like, the mindset. That's just how it is. It's really an outlet, and then building the cars, I never would have thought it would have took off this as far as it is today. Man. The car got recognition. I'm getting a little recognition off the cars and meeting the people that I mean. Like, look, right now I'm on a podcast. This is the second podcast I've ever been on. I'm the guy that sits and watches the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And I'm here right now on the podcast with you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. We see your work.
It. Yeah, absolutely, man. Because like I said, man, when I was watching CJ video and I seen him go up there to the shop, man, I'm like, man, like, them dudes is having a great time up there, and they building these amazing cars, as well. So after watching his in that episode, I said, you know what? Now I need to go tap in and watch, Sideways Productions, man. So just watching what you guys do to see a lot of the amazing the old school classics and stuff that you guys, put together, stuff like that. It's amazing. So, with me watching, I know there are a lot of younger viewers out there watching as well. So if you got that young guy, maybe 12, 13, 14 years old, that says, you know what, I want to be a mechanic when I get older and I want my own shop. What would be one piece of important advice that you would tell that young guy right now while he's listening to the podcast?
Well, the best way to get in is hands-on. Is being hands-on with everything. And then one thing that my dad always taught me is double, triple check. You do something, you take it apart, you put it back together. Double, triple check. Are you sure? Yeah. Check it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I checked it out. We'll go ahead and check it out again.
Right.
One more time for him. Yeah. You know, that's and you know, you can go put that into different aspects of life, you know, when you're talking about that double and triple check, you know. So we a lot of times we don't know how many people are watching us, who's watching us, and stuff like that. So that's why, you know, I tell people that you know, have these platforms, you know, we never know who's watching, so we always got to give our best, you know, when we using our platforms, and I think you guys really do that. So my last question, before I hand it over to L Boogie, if and I think I might know the answer from talking to you earlier. If Jordan wasn't a mechanic, what would he be doing now?
If I wasn't on the mechanic world, I would probably be. My dad's owns a print shop, so I would probably be at the print shop doing printing type of things.
Gotcha.
You know, I've been doing that since I was a kid.
Yeah, and you know, I asked that question because, you know, I know you say, you know, you dabbled in ball, you know, and when I say dabble, I mean that, you know, he you know, scholarship type dabble, you know. Was that something like that was your first love before being a mechanic, or was that just something that, you know?
Oh yeah, like as a kid, you always wanted to do what your dad, like my dad was always around, so it's like I always wanted to do what he was doing.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what he did. Like if it was housework around the house, it was like I was right there handing them the hammer. You know what I'm saying? Or
gotcha.
Even with the print shop, like printing presses and all that type of stuff. Like that's his lane. You know what I'm saying? So gotcha. It's like that's heavy machinery. He does like business cards, letterheads, envelopes. He's got a lot of equipment to do a lot of stuff. So it was as a kid. Once I was able, I learned how to do the machinery with him, as far as like maintenance on that, running different machines, and making that happen. So with him in that business, he's a perfectionist. You know, it's got to be on. The print has to be on point. You know, or the customer is not gonna want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's facts,
and
man.
that's what molded me to be like, okay, with these motors, it's like it's got to be on point, or the customer is not gonna want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just like the background with that.
Yeah, and because the thing is, like you know, as a business owner that you provide a service or a product, you know, I think one of the worst things that you would really want to have happen is somebody to bring something back to you and say, this ain't right, you messed this up, or, you know, you did X, Y, and Z. So, you know, when you do that double and triple check, you know, that gives you a feeling of, you know I did this right. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that the customer, you know, feels the same way. So, Jordan, bro, I appreciate you, you know, you giving me your time, man, to answer a couple of questions for me. Like I said, I'm out here watching. I can't wait to see the Chevelle in St. Louis coming up here for the Gap Fest.
I can't wait either. That's like going to these events. That's my downtime. That's like a mini vacation. Get away from the shop,
right?
Yeah,
and have some fun and just get away for that day or two, whatever it may be. I enjoy the road trips, getting out on the road and just seeing stuff. You know?
Yeah. And while it was on my mind, have you thought about joining the NDRA?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Hey, all I need to know is you thought about it.
I thought about it. It's what's happening though. I mean, forever it's like, oh, those guys on the big wheels, they don't know what they're doing. Now I can go to the racetrack on big wheels and whoop on a car that's got a real drag slick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's 100 right there.
Like our culture is it's evolving, and we're doing a good job of what we're doing because now the nation's following what we're doing and what we got going on.
Yeah,
and we're doing it as a group, so we're doing a damn good job of doing what we do.
You got that right,
you
man.
know?
So you keep doing what you're doing, brother, and I'll be supporting you, man, in any way I can. And if there's anything that I can do for you, man, just hit me up, brother, and let me know.
Okay, will do.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, brother?
What's up?
Hey, welcome to Customize Any Ride. I appreciate you coming through, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. But I'm gonna take a pause and shout out everybody that's in the room. We got Real New York in the building. We got Euro Auto Enthusiast Stand On It podcast. 5 to 10. Fast Gatto. KJ Mack, Stasha, Robert Smith. Hey, salute to you guys for rocking with us on the Customize Any Ride. And I'm gonna get on with the show. So we talked about the cars, you know, we talked about, you know, you racing and stuff like that. But when Jordan is not working on cars, what is Jordan doing? Like your pastime, like what do you, when you have time? And I know you got a very busy schedule, you know, when you have the time, what
ordering parts.
My favorite pastime is getting somewhere where some good music with some ice cold beer.
My man.
And some good food. That's all I want.
Yeah.
What type of music we talking about though? What type of music we talking about? Old school, you know.
From old school to R&B to
yes, sir.
A little rap, but mainly I love R&B. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that's all I want. Just chill out somewhere to have me a good drink and eat something good. Get my taste buds going and call it one. That's it.
Yes, sir.
You know, G Money keep the cooler in the car. You already know. You already know, bro.
I know. If anybody knows, sideways knows. Yep.
Yeah. Also, too, man. You know, I first discovered you off of CJ and Stoner's page. You know, and how is it to actually be around those guys and do work for these guys, especially Stunner when you was working on Drac? Like, how is it, you know, to be around those guys and work on their cars, man? Because you gotta feel kind of like honored to work with Stunner and stuff like that. And actually, he should be honored for you to work on his car too as well. So
yeah, when I first met Stunner and was able to put the car together and all that, it was a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. I'm like, man, I'm finna do Stunner's car. You know? I was like, and then I'm like, then I'm thinking like, well, he got the Yale Cat. You know, when I put this off in this old school, I wonder if he could handle it.
Right. Different type of beast.
Yeah, it's a different type of beast. And then, also it was the same thing. Like I'm on a podcast. So then it was like with the whole deal, it was like dealing with Reese. It was like if he was a brother from another mother, you know what I'm saying? It was like like we just jammed, you know.
Right.
And then, him explaining to me what he wanted, and then me listening to like him explaining to me like what was done to the car and the whole background behind the other guy doing the swap and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? Like, we ain't gonna have no issues out of my stuff. I guarantee it. You wanna know why? Because we're gonna double, triple check. We're gonna make sure.
Right. You know what I mean? Hey, that might need to be on the t-shirt, brother. Hey, you might need to, if you don't have it on the t-shirt, that might need to be on a t-shirt.
You gotta brand that, brother.
Yeah, you gotta brand that, brother.
So then so yeah, it was a great experience. And then he's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna put you on a YouTube video. I'm like, YouTube? Nervous? Right. Yeah, I'm gonna need a fresh hair braid, and I'm finna go buy some clean mechanic clothes. I can't. You know. So it was definitely like, you know, one of those Stargaze moments. Like, this is the guy right here, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was just that, you know. So
right.
So yeah, I was able to get in tune with him and collaborate and make sure that Drac was what he wanted. And he drives the car everywhere. He ain't had an issue.
Right.
And then yeah, there were some other things that was with my motor that we put in there. I'm like, look, the transmission might not last long because I don't know where it came from or whatever.
Right.
We put down some power, we're gonna break it. And eventually we broke it. So then we got on.
Remember that.
what he needed, and then same thing with the rear end. This rear end ain't gonna last long neither, so we gonna fix that before we break it. You know?
Right.
But it's a different type of animal. And then I got a great tuner, Josh over at Spool Tech. He's been good to me. And then me and him also had the same visions on what cars are supposed to be, and especially aftermarket car with custom motor and custom transmission. I like reckless power. Not everybody can handle reckless power, but I like reckless power, you know? So it's like, you got to think these cars are everybody's, in the car game, that's your prized possession. When you pull this car out, it's like, hey, all eyes on me. This is my pride and joy. This is what I worked for. I'm out here. I'm finna enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna act a fool while I'm doing it.
There you go. You got to.
So
man.
we gotta have the drivetrain to match that personality. You know. So and that's what we offer.
That's what's up, man.
That's what's up. You know, one of the things that you said about when you take on your customers and you like to go ahead and get the parts and start getting the parts rolling before, pretty much before they come in, know what they want. And that's one thing that I think a lot of shops can learn off of, because I know some of my guys, when they take their stuff to the shop, a lot of the guys just want to go ahead and take these cars in and don't have nothing, and before you know it, you look out and you see 15 cars sitting.
Right.
And to me, that's a turnoff. When I'm seeing 15 cars sitting in the parking lot, I'm like, man, look, it ain't no way I'm gonna get it,
Yeah.
And the thing, go ahead.
No, I ain't gonna cut you off.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You good?
No, like you said, it's like 15 cars outside. It is a bad look. Even me myself, it's like the average person might think. See, you got a different type of view too. The average person be like, oh, they got all these cars over there. They must be doing a good job, or they must be real busy. And that's 90% of the time. That's not what's going on.
Exactly.
You're
always going to the end of the line.
Yeah, and that's why. Then it's like, okay, so we got to be creative. Like, we got to be creative on what we're doing, not to scare people off from coming to shop and whatnot. So, okay, if I took on every car here, and the motors, I'm waiting on motors, I'm waiting on transmissions, I'm waiting on this and that, before I could even get started, like you just said, that's a bad look. So we didn't want that. So so how we do it, we get the motor first. I don't even want your car. Because as soon as the average customer, as soon as the car is dropped off, in their mind, that's when the clock starts. Boom, I dropped my shit off today.
Yes, sir.
I had my car X amount of months.
Right.
Okay, so all right, we're going to turn it around. I got your motor. You got your trans. We're waiting on parts.
Right.
You had your own car before I even got the car. Them months from when we got the deal or whatever it may be. So when I actually get my hands on the car, your car's only going to be here 2 months tops,
Right.
Unless we running into some serious issues like we were talking about the pandemic earlier. Like during the pandemic, shipping was messed up, like waiting on parts and this and that, to where it's like, okay, I had to step it up and buy stuff in bulk. I had to buy multiples of a lot of stuff, just so that I could get the jobs done. That's one thing I did endure during that. It was like I had to buy up as much as I could buy to get to make sure I had enough to get my customers' cars done. And then our local race car winner circle, I had bought so much stuff over there that I needed that I went to go get more because I ran out. And they're like, "Bro, you got us on back order."
You got on back order.
But having a lot of cars, I mean, it's not a good look. I mean, I know stuff happens, as far as you might have told a customer one price, and then it's like you might have not been able to get your hands on that one particular part, and it costs a little bit more than what you quoted. But I try to keep things old school. Like, I keep my word. So, like, I give you that price, like, it's that price. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something absolutely drastic to like, look, I can't get the part that's reasonably priced. We're gonna have to get this super expensive part. So then I might be like, okay, I need a couple more bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I try to stay on task and on point with everything, and I definitely honor everything that I say and so forth.
Right.
On the business side.
Right. Also, too, man, you're a very humble guy. I met you in Memphis. I mean, of course, you're not gonna remember everybody that you see, but you know, I walked up to you. It was actually after the races in Memphis. He was actually putting the car up on the trailer, and I spoke to you. Said, "How you doing?" And you really liked the car and stuff like that. And dude, you was real genuine, and that's one thing that I respect because you're a very humble guy. You know, there's some guys you go up to and you know, you speak to them and they look at you like, yeah, you know, I'm the man, this is my car, and you know, blase. But you know, to be a humble guy, man, and see you, and this is the thing too, man. I wouldn't really consider you an underdog, but at the same time, you know, people are starting to find out who Jordan Sideways Production is, and because you're going to these events, you know, you're networking and you racing against some people. Like when you race that Hot Wheels.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bro. I was standing right there, bro, and I seen you come back, and my bet was on you. You know, I was like, man, I got Jordan. It wasn't looking good for you at first, you know. But hey, man, it wasn't looking good. Hey, but you came through at the end, though. You know. Hey, right. Hey, bro. Hey, he did. You know, but you know, you stayed with it, bro. And you gain a lot of respect off of that race, bro. You know, and brother, like you really doing your thing, man. I love seeing shops that people really don't hear about and then come from out of nowhere, you know, and make a name for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I really like seeing that, you know. So hey, you keep going, bro. But hey, man, so you may have I heard that you can call out a YouTuber in the Gap Fest, right? You know, so Demonology. What you think about that?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You're too damn fast.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something like this though. That is true. That is true. But I think he's gonna be racing in other people's cars though. I don't think
Master break every car he had on the trailer.
Hey.
Like, did you see
Demonology got the gaps.
Yeah, when we was in Dallas after he beat Don't Master in the Black Blur, Demonology pulled back around to where his crew was at. Jacked this car up and put some 22-inch gold dubs on his car and came right back out there and was trying to get Don't Master to race him on the B wheel. He wouldn't take the race or whatnot, but Demonology, he sent that down the track with the 22s on there, man. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that car, his car moves. Hey, yeah. I wouldn't mind getting next to him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
see where you at though.
I just know, like, I know what I'm up against, and he flying.
Hey, that's what you said though. Hey, but the thing about it, like you said, you wanted to go up against the big dogs to kind of gauge where you at. And I think don't you got some dub ballers too? Don't you got the black ones? Which kind of wheels are those? So it's only right.
No, it was the same wheel, except
it's the same wheel, right?
Yep.
Hey,
we can try it.
Yeah,
I'll try
it's
on the rim.
It's only right. Hey, dub against dub, you know, gold and black, you know, let's get it, you know.
Yeah, man.
So you might have some more juice in that thing.
Hey, but it is what it is, though, you know, and that's the thing too, man. It's all in fun, man. You know, it's all in fun. People gonna see who you are, you know, especially if you run against Demonology, they're gonna be like, who is that guy? You know, who is that guy? Hey, that thing is running, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is all about networking and having a good time, man, and being able to talk to people and move around and people, and it also too is advertising your business as well, you know, because not only are you running, you know, you have your own shop. You say, hey, I worked on my car, you know. Oh, you did that? Oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your contacts and stuff like that? So that's what's up. But hey, man, hey, I'm done. Hey, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you coming through. I'm gonna pass it on to Money Rich. I think one person did have. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and ask the question.
Yeah.
Robert Smith wants to know, what is your favorite cam company?
Favorite cam?
Cam company.
Oh, cam company. Man, I use so many different ones. But I will say this. That's on the LS. At first, it wasn't that many companies,
right?
So you only had limited selection. But now there's like everybody making them, right?
Right.
So I will say this: I'm a diehard Lunati fan.
There you go. He said it, y'all. He said it.
Yeah. Now,
he said it.
Also, man, we definitely got to acknowledge this guy that just hopped in here, man. Came into the chat. He's another LS guy, Swaps Performance and stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Swaps.
So Swaps here. We got the man on here today. You know what I mean? So Swaps, like I said, Swaps is another LS guy. So major shout out to Swaps, man.
Another guy that do some work on his car, man. A lot of, he's up and coming. A lot of people's finding out about Swaps. He does great work, man. Humble guy, and man, it sounds like it could be a good collab, in the future.
Oh, yeah,
you never know. Never know.
I told him, man, hey, if he ever come this way, I'm gonna bring him straight to the shop, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's one of my buddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
We could definitely do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Show.
Go ahead, Money.
Well, Jordan, man, it's been a blast, bro.
Yeah.
Right. You're humble, you real. From what I see, what I'm saying, I see you every so often, when I'm apart. I see how you move, and you're a real dude. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
And I just want to say thank you, man, for having you. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody want to say anything to Jordan before I make my ruling on this?
Man, hey man, I'm gonna see you in Gap Fest, man.
Yeah, we're gonna all link at Gap Fest.
Yeah. So we definitely want to network and get some footage and stuff like that, man. I'm really excited to go to this. If God willing, I'll be there. My tickets is already paid for, but we'll see.
You're gonna be there.
Yeah,
right.
Be there.
You gotta keep that positive mind state.
Hey, you're right. Hey, it's just one of the things that I say. If God wants me to
speak, hey, I am there.
Right. I feel you. I feel you, bro. Yes, sir.
Well, Jordan, man, this is how it goes, bro. You might not be my friend after when I say this, or you might not even work on my car when I break it to you. But, bro, you gotta get the hell out here, bro.
Bro, you ain't gotta go home. You gotta get the hell up out of here, bro.
Leave the shop, go home.
I got a little bit more to do today, and I'm gonna catch some daylight today, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, bro.
I'm about to hit the streets now.
All right, man. Well, it's time to go. I want to thank everybody in the chat, man, for coming on here, checking out Jordan and Sideways Production, man. It's a dope episode, man. And once again, I want to say thanks to Jordan and the whole Sideways crew. Yeah. So, man, I say that to say this, man. This is Customized Ride, and we out.
Yes, sir.